Hey everyone, this is Adam Smith, and today we're going to talk about positioning and why it's important. I got a question recently just asking me, does product start first or do you start with positioning? I personally believe you start with positioning, and the reason for that is you have to realize that even though you have a great idea, you're moving into a crowded marketplace. There are businesses everywhere. In Washington State, there's over 500,000 businesses, and 98% of them are small businesses. So knowing that there's half a million places you can go up against, depending on what industry you want to move into, you're not the only game in town. So you have to figure out, if I'm going to survive, if I'm going to beat the odds and not fail within the first 4 years, how do I strengthen my business and find customers and have them come to me when there's a lot of places that they could go? And I think part of the answer for this is positioning. So here's one of the problems that I've seen when I encounter a lot of small business owners, especially ones that have started their own businesses instead of bought a franchise, is that they lack clarity and it confuses their customers. They don't know who they are. They don't really know who their customers are. They have sort of a foggy idea of what they want to sell, and they're just trying to go and hopefully attract an audience and bring them in. But the problem is, if they didn't do any of the homework, they're not really sure who else is in the market going after those same customers with the same types of needs. So positioning helps you stand out in a competitive marketplace. So let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to cover three main things you can do to make sure that you're positioned well. The first one is to basically just find your position. So you want to take a look at what your strategy should be, and then look at some competition. And we'll talk more about competition in a moment. But from a competitive strategy standpoint, Michael Porter basically said there are four main types of competitive strategies you can go after. You can be the low-cost leader that goes after everybody. You could be a differentiation-focused company that also tries to attract a wide audience. You could serve a niche with a low-cost solution, or you could serve a niche with a differentiation focus. So those are like the four main categories. Knowing which one of those you probably go into, is it something unique about our product, or is it price driven? And then how wide of an appeal are we going after? Is it wide or is it narrow? Knowing those things will help you decide kind of which pool of competitors you're playing against. Now, with that said, among your smaller set of competition, what you need to figure out is, what is your unique selling proposition? I'm sure you've heard of value propositions, which is basically like, what promises are we delivering to our intended audience? But the unique selling proposition is different in that it's the one thing, hence the word unique, it's the one thing that makes you unique or different or better than your competition in that space. What's the one thing you can say about yourself, like, hey, this is what we do, and we do it better than everybody else? So I'm going to use an example here. Let's say I wanted to create a healthy fast food restaurant. The first thing that I want to know is, what other healthy fast food restaurants exist? So things like Panera come to mind. There's Corner Bakery, which sells some better quality food, and it comes out pretty fast. There are some national chains like that. There's probably some also small businesses in your area that focus on healthy fast food. One of the challenges with that obviously has been cost, which has probably prevented a lot of people from moving into that space. And it's created the need for places like McDonald's or other national chains to create products on their menus to try to serve that niche. But let's say that that's the goal I wanted to move into healthy fast food restaurant. I would need to figure out, what's the one thing I do better than every other healthy fast food restaurant out there? And that's sort of the start of this positioning. The second one would be to clarify that position. So this is back to competition. I need to do my homework. I would need to look at, what are the other businesses that are offering what I'm trying to offer? What do they offer specifically? How do they offer it? What is their messaging? What are their promises? What type of customer is attracted to that business as opposed to another one? And I would want to map that out for every single major competitor in my space and figure out, okay, this person's here, this person's here, this person's here, and then figure out, okay, what space is sort of that open territory that I can move into and dominate. If I try to go head to head by like matching someone, it's going to create a price war, and we're both going to have our prices just drop because we're trying to outbid each other, much the same way gas companies do. So being able to figure out like what exists in the market and which space can I dominate, like that's super important to figure out. Okay, once you kind of figure out this is the essence of our product or company, this is really what we're trying to be and go after. This is the type of promise we're trying to make to our customers. Being able to come up with a slogan that is easy to say, memorable, and encapsulates the essence of what you do. That's basically sort of that appropriate next step. How do I make it easy for people to remember us, right? Once that's done, the third thing you want to do is you want to be able to communicate your position. So on the last one, let's say I decided I'm going to be the king of salads. No one's going to make better salads than we do. We're going to have the best salads, the most variety of salads. We're going to dominate the salad space. And we have the slogan, who knows, like your salad, your choice, every day. I don't know. Something like that communicates like this is our unique selling proposition. So communicating my position, I need to figure out where's my audience? Who cares about our salads? Who would want to know that, right? Who has this unmet need in the market right now? Like they either want this or they need this, and all the other options in the area, they don't provide it. And so these needs are being unmet right now. I need to find out who those people are and then let them know, hey guys, I have a solution for you. This is what we do, and we do it better than everybody else. There's two main ways I think about doing that. I think about sales and I think about marketing. The sales side is really, how do I go and find more customers that want what I have? This is where I get into, I'd say, prospecting, networking, that type of thing, right? Or follow up with your existing base and leveraging those people to help you find more like-minded people. Hey, tell your friends. Or hey, we have a loyalty program going on. Make sure everyone knows about it. Or hey, who else do you know likes to eat healthy, right? That's sort of that sales side of things if we were in a sales focused organization. On the marketing side, I would say this is where you're attracting. How do I attract? Like I went out and found some, but I also want them to come to me. How do I attract more customers to my business? So with that said, it sort of regardless of the channel that you use, whether it's social, whether it's email, whether it's billboards, whether it's bumper stickers, TV commercials, radio, there's a million different channels, but you're going to want to be able to take your position, your unique selling proposition, and your slogans and your whole brand identity, and you're going to want to communicate that out on a consistent and a persistent basis so that people, when they associate your brand, that they think, man, this is what they do. And then you deliver on that when they come and see you. Say, hey, we told you this is who we are. This is who we are. And as they experience that reinforces the position in their hearts and minds that you are the place to go to. Again, in my example, to be the place that does salad better than anybody else, right? Like that is who you want to be if you're the king of salads. So I hope that helps. You want to find your position, clarify your position, and communicate your position. Those things will help you attract and find more customers faster than just about any other thing. And one could argue that is actually the core part behind branding or marketing is really understanding positioning. Super important. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. If you have questions, please leave those in the comments. If you have a direct email question for me, you can reach me at adamsmithbranding@gmail.com. And until then, have a great day.